Hi you guys, Latoya here. Welcome to my crafty space. Alright, so I'm about to show you my first Christmas card for Christmas in July. Super stoked. Here we are. I don't have like a box or anything to present this in. I'll come up with something, but because I'm just trying to dole out these videos for you guys and share my makes, I'm just going with the envelope that the items are in. Right, so if you have not watched my video, please look at the video I posted before this. I'll put the link in the description box. Basically, I'm doing a little quick preview of each card. I made 20 cards over the last couple months, and I'm just showing you guys all of them, and I'm just going to be rolling them out as I do in my regular quote-unquote videos. So that means I'm showing you all of the pieces, and I'm going to assemble the card with you all, explaining how I made this and all that fun jazz. So let me get the products I used to make this. All right, you guys, here are my products with my make that's deconstructed. All right, so what I did was I took out this Ringed with Nature set, and I've played with this set once before. I really love the elements here. I don't love everything, but I love a great deal enough for me to, you know, purchase this stamp set. And then I took out the Regal Reindeer set. Now, both of these I do have the dies for, and I also fiddled around with those, but for this make, I didn't use any of those. And I do want to encourage you guys to actually stamp out your stamps, because case in point for the poinsettias, you see how they're stamped out versus how they look here on the packaging. Now this does look appealing, and this was one of the reasons why I purchased this set, but look how much better it looks in color just stamped out. It is absolutely gorgeous. So just, you know, practicing and playing with your stamps just is great for your mojo and gets you to look at things in a different light. So what I did, aside from picking out my stamps here and deciding to give those a whirl, I took out some colors, and I took out the Poppy Parade and Shaded Spruce. I haven't played with Shaded Spruce, I don't think really at all. I think here and there, but not much. So I wanted to challenge myself to use this green. And then I actually added this Real Red to my color palette, just because I needed a little bit of darkness and contrast to this beautiful Poppy Parade, which I love this color so much. It is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I had already stamped out this stamp set in one of my older videos where I stamp out my stamp set. Literally, it's like a 3-minute long video because I want to catalog everything that I own, and so I can actually see what everything looks like on paper, not just staring at the packaging and not being creative. So knowing what this poinsettia looked like, I wanted to just make a background sheet of paper. So that's what I did. And from there, I ended up adding in some of the Shaded Spruce by adding this leaf detail here, which is just beautiful. And you know, I was just looking at this like, what can I use? And I really liked that addition. And then I ended up stamping these berries here and the Real Red on top of the Poppy Parade, and it just gives it a very subtle hint of another color, and I really like it. So I just thought that was stellar. Now, for the Regal Reindeer set, I ended up using the Sentiment Peace on Earth here. And what I did was there was a card layout in a Facebook card group. So I already had a layout in mind for my card. And I knew, well, at that time, I knew that I just wanted majority of my card just to be blank, and then have a piece that's a focal point and layer that focal point and just have it shoved off to the side. But you're going to see how I altered that a little bit. So originally my card was going to look like this, and then I wanted to bring in some of the Shaded Spruce. So I took a piece of cardstock and I just went ahead and cut around this piece here that I created, and then I just placed it down. And originally I had this backed with green, but I think it, for some reason, it kind of just cheapened the look of my card. So after pondering, and after I created the sentiment, I decided to move everything to the middle and then take the sentiment and place that right here. You guys, doesn't that look so nice? Crazy, right? Now this card might seem very simple, but I personally, I just absolutely love it. Anyhow, now to the sentiment. This here, as you can see, there's two different pieces. I actually took my ink pad and I took my Tim Holtz mat, and I placed this piece of cardstock down, and I took my ink pad and I ran it across this piece of cardstock, and then I heat embossed with white embossing powder, and look how nice that is. And you might be able to see the like glaze of the embossing powder but because there's so much ink on here, it's probably dulled a little bit, but I really got the look that I wanted. This was me ink blending, and once both of these dried, this one being ink blended with my brush and this being just a piece of cardstock ran across with the pad directly, I love the look of this over this. So that's what I chose to heat emboss, and I really love it. Now I have a piece of twine in like this khaki color and also white, and there's white actually available in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, so I think I'm just going to go with the white for the sake of people that can get their hands on items that's in the catalog. All right, so that aside, that's pretty much this card. I wanted to do a Christmas card. I played with some nice colors. There was a layout in mind, but I ended up just shifting it to what appeased me aesthetically. And overall, I'm very happy, and I think this is a really swell, very cute card. So now I'm just going to put it together. Oh, and because you guys are probably wondering and I didn't explain, I just wanted to extend this piece here. So I just took another piece of cardstock that I basically have the same size as this here and just backed it and then shifted it over just a tad, just so there was a little bit of a two-tone detail with this piece of decorative cardstock and then just some plain cardstock. So that's why I chose to do that. Hope that makes sense. I just realized I didn't explain that to you guys, so yeah. As you can see, I added in the poinsettias in the corners here just to liven up this background. I did like it plain, but then I decided, okay, I need something, and that little touch there that I did off on the side just to make sure, because we're not about ruining our projects here, went well. Now I'm trying to figure out if I want to add any embellishments, any extra embellishment, and I did take on my catalog for this because I wasn't sure if these effects basics were still current, and they actually are. So it's the black, real red, and white, and I have that here. So I'm trying to figure out which color I like best. Now, for some reason, the red actually looks kind of pink here, but when you squeeze it out, it's okay, but I'm wondering if it's just a bit too much red, because the real red and Poppy Parade are like really popping on my cardstock here, and I think me just using this white and having just this little small effect will be enough to give me what I'm looking for on this card. So let me figure out placement for this, and I need to be mindful of the dye ink, because with any accents, when you put them on dye ink, it actually causes the dye to smear, and it's not very appealing. So I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, so I just did 5 on my card here. and I think I really like it. Like they kind of cascade just like my card does. So everything just starts, opens up here, and then kind of just peters out a little bit. So I hope you guys are inspired by seeing this card, me playing with these 2 stamp sets, bringing out a little bit of, you know, enamel effects, and playing with a trio of colors here just to create this really nice and, you know, I think it's kind of elegant Christmas card. I like when I set cards off to the side and then come back to it because my brain just has a while to digest and try to do its thing and figure out, hey, how can I make that card better? So when I see it again after working on something else or just sleeping on it, I have new ideas. It's fantastic. So I hope you guys are inspired by this Christmas make. I really, really love this. And giveaway time. So I need you guys to remember the date, December 25th. Because this will come into play later. So make a little note somewhere. There's going to be a couple others, and then I'm going to officially announce the giveaway. All right. So hope you all do something crafty to make sure I'm happy, and I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty. Bye.